Welcome back to RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and a couple minutes to 9. I love doing these live presentations every Monday morning at 9 a.m. In the past, I gave away a bunch of land in Arkansas. The last 2 weeks, I started giving away mailers. I started giving away free mailers, and that might be a little harder for some people to understand than getting free land, but I had a lot of people that didn't want the free land that I was giving to them for various reasons. So I'm going to try something new. I think this is worth more money. It's worth more value. It's a bigger shot. It's a little riskier, but I mean, you're not paying for it anyway. So if you stick around, answer a question towards the end of this live show, I'll give away some more mailers. And I haven't had enough time to get the mailers all the way through to brag about what the people actually get out of them yet, but I think over time that'll be fun to brag about. So this show is all in relation to a little website started a couple years ago called RealVacantLand.com. And the idea of the website is to buy land using publicly available data, make people cash offers, mail people cash offers and say, I'd like to buy your land. Here's how much I'm willing to pay for your land, and do all the paperwork, get the property, and then put the property up for sale on the internet. Put it all over the internet and have a central place for people to come back to and check out with the land. That's RealVacantLand.com. That's how it started. We're in the third generation of RealVacantLand.com. The older websites didn't really keep up. The current website's getting kind of slow because there's a lot of pictures and a lot of data on there. I think maybe a new version of that could happen sometime out in the future or something. Loads a little bit faster with better maps. And but for now, we've got a bunch of properties for sale on RealVacantLand.com. And I'd like to jump into those. But before we do, I always get people asking me about, how do I get these properties? Where do they come from? What's wrong with them? Why are they so cheap? Why are they the cheapest ones in the market? There's got to be something wrong. And so people are always asking what's wrong with the properties. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the properties. They're cheap. I get them cheap, so I put them up cheap. And that's the whole sales pitch, is to put them up cheap so people buy them and take off with them. They don't ask questions. They don't ask like 5,000 questions, because I'm not a realtor. I'm not out there giving tours. I don't really know the areas that well, and the school, and the, who to talk to get this done and that done and stuff. This is do-it-yourself land. You got to figure it out on your own. And so to offset that, you get lower prices. So if you take the lower prices and then go do it on your own, that's great. That's the kind of shopper I'm looking for. That's hopefully what I'm advertising for and finding, and that's you guys, right? Go figure it out, go make it happen, and just run away with it. And do some cheaper deals, cheaper price-wise deals. That's some of the people are going to build on the property. Some of the people are going to resell the properties. They go sell them on terms, or they get better pictures, or they put in a driveway, or they do some kind of minor improvements or major improvements and then sell it. Some of the guys just build a house and sell that. There's a lot of different ways to improve vacant land. So I got all this mail in front of me, right? Like, these people send me back in the mail, like, yeah, I want to accept your offer. They sign my contracts and they send them back, and they say, send me the money. How fast can you get me the money? So I'm always researching these properties, and people keep asking about the properties. So I thought I'd share a couple. Got somebody outside. So here's, let's jump into one of them. I'm going to pull up the internet. I don't know what Google's got going on there today, but I'm going to start with Agent Pro, Title Pro, Agent Pro. It's Black Knight's data. I got this database, started this database a couple years ago. I got a really cheap subscription on it, kind of grandfathered in. I keep using it. I start with this one a lot because it's fast. It just loads really fast. It's not the best data. I think another one I like to pull up is Parcel Fact when I'm looking up properties. And so this letter I sent out, it's structured. It's got the size of the property. This one is in Fresno County, California. It's 0.19 acres. So it's just a little tiny guy. And it's got the APN on there. And so the reason I sent mail out to Fresno is I searched through like all of California to see where stuff's on the market the shortest and the prices are happening the easiest. Like people are selling stuff for what they're listing it for. and not new stuff is coming on the market anywhere near as fast as old stuff's getting sold. So like low inventory, fast happening market, that should be a good spot to go buy some properties and resell them, right? So I'm typing an APN here. I got signed paperwork from these people, so contact information, everything. This is like send them money in the next couple days if I can. If I like this one. Actually, I think I've seen this property before. They might have called in or something before they sent the paperwork back. Well, this one was a fax. They faxed it back. I think they might have called in. Okay, so this is a neighborhood. You know, it's a bunch of houses, some farmland, and some water over here. It's a canal. But basically, build a house. You know, build one of these houses. Slap a house on here. Looking at it from above, it looks like, just go for it. It looks like 2 empty lots. I think it's the same owner on both of them. I'm going to cut to the chase on this one a little bit faster. Because I've seen this property before. I thought I was pulling up something that I haven't seen before. But, so what I figured out looking at this one before was that this is like where the stormwater goes. This is like the stormwater part of the neighborhood. So they left these 2 lots off to the side for the stormwater to go in here. And sometimes this website takes a while to load. But I wanted to do a street view. Let's do North Salinas Avenue. See if I can skip it. So I was going to pull up that other database and then North Salinas Avenue. Okay, so it goes. Okay, it goes. It's down here too. So let's do. See, we get street view into that street there, and so yeah, here's the lot. You can see it better from street view. There's a big hole in the ground. There's that field that's next to it. I mean, there's cars over here. There's street lights. I'm sure there's utilities because there's all these houses. A neighborhood watch sign, that's cool. Some utility box there. Some random person walking around. But they got this fenced off. This looks like, to me, that's where the stormwater goes. I'm not sure how it gets there, but there should be some drains in the street headed over there somewhere. Maybe right here. No, I don't know. Somehow the water goes down in that hole. If we go figure out if we could fill it in or not, I mean, if I could fill that in somehow, that's great. If it's simple, I could sell it as, hey, you just got to do this to fill it in. But off the cuff, that's not really a project I want to get into. I want properties that don't have the if you do this, if you do that, then it's cool. I want the ones that are just cool, right? The ones that are just ready to go off the gate. So I think I'm gonna put that one at the bottom of the pile. I got let's see, I got another one here. This one is, people just sign the paperwork and they send it back. This one, they change the price on it a little bit. Okay, let's pull this one up. Just got it in the mail. So let's see, let's jump back to the web. So I'm going to start on Agent Pro again. I'm going to try to catch up with comments in a minute or two. But basically what I'm doing, if you guys didn't hear what I'm saying before, I'll just reiterate. It's a live show. People might be coming on. Is that I send out cash offers in the mail and I get these things back. People sign my letters and they send them back and I say, yeah, I'll sell to you at the price you're offering. This particular one, they asked for an extra $2,300 over what I offered them, roughly. This one is in Pima County. I mailed Pima County because I hardly had anything on the website in Pima County, and it's got Tucson. Tucson's been a pretty hot market. Okay, so this is 8.33 acres. There's houses all around here. Houses with pools. That's pretty nice. So it's probably nicer price. I think it's a green pool. Growing some tilapia, right? Instead of a swimming hole. But this looks like where the water goes, right? This looks like the floodplain. If you follow this up, there's no houses in this floodplain thing. They're next to it, but they're not in it. If you follow this one up, they're next to it. They're getting pretty close here. They're pinching it. These guys are pinching it too. It kind of spreads out here. So maybe there's some room over here or something. You could build a house, or put a driveway in and build a house up here. It kind of looks like you're going to be out on a peninsula. So Pima County, I'm thinking we got to look at floodplain maps on this one. So if we look at Pima County, they've got maps. Parcel number. Let's see if we can get this to work. Because I don't want to sell you guys land that's in the floodplain. Next time it rains, I'm just going to be like, get a nasty phone call, right? That's bad for business. Okay, let's see. See if this loads. So Pima County's got some pretty nice floodplain maps. I should wait till they come up on the screen before I say that. But in other properties I've searched in Pima County, oh, come on. It says an error has occurred. Let's see. Let's try one right next door. Let's get so let's get this is going to be a mess. They don't want the dashes in there. What did that end in? 1K. So when you're buying land, I mean, this is something good to check, is if you're in the floodplain, right? Because if you're in the floodplain, it might not work. No one will want you to build there. You try to get your building permits and stuff, and they ask for that. Like, they ask if it's in the floodplain. They look at that kind of stuff. You don't want to buy land if you want to build on it in the floodplain. A lot of people think you can just fill in the floodplain and go for it, but I mean, it's not usually that easy. Okay, so the property next door came up. This is the property that got the potential to buy. So what's the green? Green is... Let's see if I make this bigger. Green looks like the worst of it, right? Any riparian class, I don't know. And then the pink is known local floodplains. Light pink is... What is this? Sheet flooding areas, 0.5 feet. So even in there, I mean, it's... So let's look at that neighbor lot. Where did they build? They probably built right here, right? Because, like, there's just some little crack. You can't even stick it down here. You're in the sheet plane stuff. But these houses, there's houses in these ones over here. They might have been built before people mapped this stuff out. See, there's houses in this floodplain. There's a house over here where it's not as floodplain-ish. But this is all floodplain. This is basically all floodplain. I'm thinking I got the deal on this one because it's all floodplain. I don't want to put my money up to buy floodplain and get stuck with it. But I mean, you follow this, there's houses. These houses are built in floodplain. Some of these neighboring ones, maybe not the green stuff, but the sheet floodplains and the pinks, they're totally in it. Like, look at this. I mean, there's houses all over here. There's floodplain map all over here. So as technology is getting better and things are getting mapped out more, it's getting harder to build on these kinds of properties because in the past, people didn't map this out as much. They didn't keep track of it as much. It wasn't as easy to just pull it up like this. Like the county say, oh, you want to build out there? Okay. Now this county will pull up some maps like this and they say, are you really sure you want to build there? Because next time it floods, we don't want to be on the news looking like an idiot because we let you build there. Yeah, so I think I think that one's shot too. And this is a lot of buying property, right? I get a lot of deals that I don't actually buy. Okay, so let's try. I've got another Fresno one here. Let's try California, Fresno. I've never really bought anything in Fresno before, but their statistics looked hot, so give it a try. So get the APN in there. Of course not. What did I do wrong? Okay, let's try a different one. It's kind of like spending most of my time looking for land, like looking it up in different databases. How do you find it? Mapping it, trying to get to it. It's gotten a lot better than it used to be, but it's still, I spend a lot of time looking for land. For whatever reason, this isn't working. It's the same format as this other Fresno stuff. Wonder what else I have. Okay, bear with me a sec here. Let's see if I can get some other information on this deal. I can look it up in another way. Maybe I got the numbers wrong or transposed or something. I'm pulling up my database on a different screen. Sorry, I'm not showing you the full database. Keep some stuff secret. 0.48. That's weird. Okay, I got it. Two different numbers. Let's try a different number. There we go. That came up. Okay. East Manning Avenue. Looks like it's a farm in the background, a little neighborhood next door. This is not in Fresno, proper Fresno. Where are we? So we're north of Selma. Selma had really good, I mean, it's a very small set of data, but their days on market are like next to nothing too. The zip code was hardly anything for sale. When anything comes up for sale, it's just snatched up and gone. So Fresno's up here, properties down there. Let's see if we can get street view on this thing, take a look at it. Liquor and seafood, there we go. Beer and beets. I'm thinking that's the property right there. Oh, look, it's got a for sale sign on it. Wonder how long ago the street view was taken. 2017 pictures. It was up for sale in 2017. Still not sold. Like, for sale. I wonder how much they're asking. There's power lines. This looks like a depressed area. This looks like an area you buy something that's already built and you don't build something new. This doesn't look like, oh boy, let me go build right next to the shops here with bars on the windows and graffiti on the walls. Next to the tire shop. There's a trenching tractor. Okay, so the price has to be really sweet on this one. Tequila. I mean, at the right price, someone will buy it. But I don't think this is like crown jewel kind of property. This one better be cheap. So I'm gonna look at let's look at the market. It looks like they haven't been paying their taxes too. They're like $1,100 back in taxes. I'm using Zillow because they've got a map. Where's Selma? Selma. It's one thing for sale down here. It's probably this property. 40 and 60. So what does 40 grand get you? The one that we're talking about, it's 1.48 acres. 40 grand gets you like a tenth of an acre. So that's good. There's no competition. That's a little ugly lot. $46 grand. Looks like you're next to the freeway. Next to the highway. Got a palm tree. Okay, so I could sell land for less than half this and still more than double my money. So I think the prices work. Like the price in the area works. $70 grand for half an acre. Mine is triple that size and extremely less money. So I think the price might be working on the Selma one. They're back in taxes. They just gotta, like, they want to get out of there. So I don't like that it's been for sale for a long time in the past and hasn't sold, but at the right price it could be gone pretty quick. So I might do some more due diligence and move forward with that one. So the next thing I'd probably do is start pulling deeds, see if they're actually the owner and stuff. I'd also like to look at, I'll just do it while we're on the screen here. I'm going to plat map, see if there's anything funny going on, see if I see any weird easements or something. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can catch up with some comments, see if you guys are asking some good questions. Bobcat Adventures. They just don't understand the concept. We've all been trained with the realtor notion. Yeah, realtors advertise. I mean, they advertise. If you drive around my town, you see the things around people's license plate. Consult a realtor. Realtors sell your property for more money. They make it easier. Like the whole sales pitch is there. Like they make you believe that you need to have a realtor to buy and sell land, to buy and sell assets, houses, whatever, office buildings, hospitals, whatever you're trying to trade or buy, build, create. They want to get in the middle and charge you some fees. And you don't have to pay them. You don't have to use them. One of the easiest ways to trade a piece of real estate is to go to an escrow company and say, I'd like to buy, this guy I'd like to sell, and you guys do the paperwork, and we'll trust you to run the paperwork and the money and pay out when it's all done. And that's basically what the realtor does, is they line up the buyer and the seller. There's a bug in my face. And then they, as soon as everyone agrees on something, they just send it to the title shop, and the title shop does everything from there. It's not like the realtor's doing all kinds of paperwork. They're just trying to get you guys lined up and agreeing on something, agreeing on some terms, and they send it to a title shop. The main term that you're agreeing on is how much you're paying them in commission, right? That's the main thing they care about. Jeffrey Day says, top of the morning out west to you, Luke. Yeah, good morning, guys. We're going to keep working on some land deals. So I got this report pulled up here, and this is just a really cheap report that's done by, there's a bunch of different companies you can get these kinds of reports from. This is a cheap one that I use. And so let's get this. This is a plat map. If you guys have never seen a plat map, this is what's recorded with the county. And that's why I like to get this report. It's a really cheap report, and I get plat maps pretty easily. So we get this plat map, and let's download this thing so I can change the size. And it's going to have this map that a surveyor drew up once upon a time, and it might have corrections along the way. Where's my rotate? I'm a lot better at doing this when I'm not on the screen, when I'm not on camera. Okay, so we got this map, and let's see if I can get rid of some. Well, I'm just gonna have to play with it behind my head. So here's the little neighborhood. Here's a street. I think this up here, lot 51, the APN that we're talking about ends in the number 51. So this lot up here is 51, and this is a three unit APN. So the first one is usually the book. The second set of numbers in the APN is usually the page of the book, and then that is the property on that page. So this map is, think about it as a page of a book, and the book having a whole bunch of these maps recorded with the county. And so if you go to the county recorder's office and you say you want to look up some maps of properties, I mean, depending how old school the county is, if they're really old school, they'll whip out the books, and they'll say, okay, it's in this book, it's on that page, and it's that number of property, and that's how you find it. Now a lot more of this stuff is in the computer, and it's on GIS systems and stuff. They can update it a lot easier, but they're still numbered from the old system. And that's how we find land. Okay, so this says 1.44 acres. The thing that I got from the county says 1.48. So maybe there's a difference with this easement here at the street, and how wide the street is or isn't or something. 270 foot deep by 289 foot wide. 1.44 acres. Looks like you might have a street coming up to it in the middle. Looks like you could probably get to it off East Manning. I mean, looking at this street view, it looks like it comes off East Manning pretty easily. So that's it's pretty straightforward. It doesn't show like a power line going through the middle of it, or a pipeline, or something weird, or a canal that's not built, or right through the middle of it that kills the use of it. So it's good to look at these things. Let's also look at see what's going on with the ownership of this. So, there's a mortgage, $165,000 mortgage recorded in 2005. That's not cool. Heritage Bank of Commerce. Lender type not known. Borrowers are Ernest W. and Greta S. Hatcher, and the people that own the land, Hatcher, and the people that signed my paperwork are Hatcher. It's the same people. Mortgage probably kills the deal. It's probably the end of the show right there. I don't want a mortgage. Assessed value $98,000. Tax amount $1,123. This says the taxes are current, but I think there's an outstanding bill, like it's due, coming right up here. $165,000 mortgage in 2005. I mean, that's 13 years ago, but it could still be out there, and it doesn't look like it's closed. So this one is sounds like dogs going after the chickens. just looking through the fence. See if we can look at the mortgage, see what they got. So some of these we can see the mortgage, sometimes we can't. Sometimes it's like cover page, sometimes it's the whole mortgage. You can go look up like what rates your neighbors are paying and what terms they got, what bank they got it from. So if you're ever looking for a mortgage and you're looking for who you should be borrowing from at the best rates and stuff, this kind of real estate data software or access, the public records are the best. You can just go see what people are borrowing at, what terms they're getting, who they're borrowing for. Like, who's ever heard of Heritage Bank of Commerce, right? So if you have land in that area and you're like, how do I finance it? You go to this Heritage Bank of Commerce, if they're still around and still available, and say, hey guys, you finance land. I know you do. I see it in the public records. Finance mine. So it's mortgage, legal description, Exhibit A. So let's look at Exhibit A too. So they're saying the address of the property, possession, maintenance, basic deed of trust. I don't think this one has the terms. I think this one refers to the terms, but it doesn't have the terms. These are the people signing it. These are the same people who are signing my paperwork. It's notarized. So here's Exhibit A. Let's see what this says. So this is a legal description as a description of a property, and this is how you transfer assets. This is the description of what's being transferred. Some people think it's the APN or the mailing address or something. That stuff is all doesn't count. What counts is the legal, legal description of that property. From this corner to that corner, from here to there, this piece and that piece. And if stuff's left out, stuff's left out. And if things are added, things are added. So it all comes down to this legal description. They got an SBA loan on this property. Like they were going to build a business here. Maybe build another taco stand or tequileria or something. Tire shop like the neighbors or car fix up or something. I don't know. As under the United States Small Business Administration nationwide program. So if you wanted to have a business here, this thing's already passed SBA. It passed SBA in the past. That could be good for the right person. Okay, here's the legal description. The north 235 feet of the northwest quarter of the northwest quarter, excepting the east 675 feet thereof. Yeah, parcel 2. All that portion of northwest quarter. This sounds, to me, I've read a bunch of these legal descriptions. This sounds like what the map looks like. So if we go back to the map. Here's the, just like the 600 whatever feet, and they're saying the eastern 200 something feet of that, so many feet, it's where it's laying out. Where's what I'm reading? Hopefully I'm not boring you guys too much, but people are always asking questions about this stuff. So I'm trying to share, see if we can all learn together. The north 60, parcel 3, the north 65 feet of the described property. The portion of this northwest quarter. So why is this third piece? There's 2 APNs. Let's go see what this other APN is. Aha. They got the neighboring property. So they're trying to sell off this remainder piece, but this whole thing is probably subject to the SBA loan, and we'd have to get the SBA loan people to sign off on okaying releasing this property here at the end to get it to work. And yeah, I'm thinking that's probably a no-go. It's just too much work for me. Where's the used to have a map. Okay, so L&H Manufacturing. Just looks like a metal shop. You know, making, fixing farm equipment, truck beds and stuff like that. So I'll research that some more later. Price is nice. We'd have to. I'd definitely run that through title so they could figure out the whole mortgage aspect and make sure that's okay and clean to get rid of that. But I'm not like run to the bank and go close this one today. I do work on some other deals first. Okay, let's do some comments and I'll look at one more property here and then we'll go look at some stuff that's actually for sale. I was hoping I'd have something really exciting to show you guys and some of the new deals that came in. Jarrett Curley says, keep my eyes peeled for that cheap southern Utah land. Yeah, there we go. Rod Merrill says, good morning. Tammy W says, good morning, everyone. I hope this year kind everyone good luck on winning the land. Yeah, I'm going to do some giveaways here at the end. How do we win or enter at least? Yeah, at the end, just answer basic question. Just got to wait till the end of the show. The land I won finally came in the mail. Apparently the offer had expired on February 17th, 5 days after I got the paperwork. 5 days. Oh, no. So, Vishnu, I'm gonna try to get you some new paperwork. Spencer Taylor, good afternoon. Just started watching your channel. Thanks for showing us all your land search skills. Yeah, I don't know if they're skills. It's just like, you know, I make mistakes and learn from them. That's about it. Like, don't want to do that again. And oops. This is a school of hard knocks, right? So I'm sharing what I made. Here's a mistake right here. Is this picture behind my head? I should have. Now it just looks like a buffalo sticking out of my ear. Like it's a buffalo's butt. I should have, I don't know, move the picture over. So maybe move my chair over or something. Maybe that's a better spot to have it. I didn't look at it before I started the video. So there's a mistake for you. Last week it was a bird like attacking my head, and that didn't work either. I'll learn. Got to have a space in the middle for my head. Rod Atticus says, hey, do you ever get any land in Minnesota? I like Minnesota. We've had some on the website in the past in Minnesota. We had, I can't remember his name. I'm so bad. Wow, we had a guy on the website selling land in Minnesota in the past. And he got chased by the Minnesota Department of something, because he didn't have a license to sell land in Minnesota. And you need a license. It's the only state in the country you need a license to sell land. If you sell more than 5 properties a year in Minnesota without using a realtor, you have to get a license. And so he got the license, but he had to go in there and talk to the regulators and everything and tell them that he's just, you know, trading land. What's the big deal? And I said, you got to get this license. And it basically came down to like $150 fee. You just pay the fee. The license didn't mean that you have to like take a test or really know anything or be specialized in anything or get approved, or you just have to. They just wanted to collect some taxes, and so that was kind of weird. So because of that, I'd rather not do business in Minnesota for doing vacant land. I think you got to go through the realtors or find a one-off seller. Not a land dealer, or the one or two land dealers there that have the licenses and keep up on the paperwork. Sarah says, interested in Kansas land, southeast Kansas area. Southeast Kansas. Let's take a look at the website. Get some of these maps and legal descriptions off of here. There's a map search. I'll pull up the map search, and if I remember in a sec, I'll come back to the map and bring it up on the screen. We'll look at Kansas. And Spencer Taylor, possibly a stupid question, but when I finally get a refined list of properties to send mailers to, I find myself over vetting the properties until I have one or none in the list that are worth it. I'm laughing because I've been doing the same thing. I've been trying to do these multifamily homes kinds of properties, and these properties like commercial properties and things, and I scrub out, I don't want to mail offers to that, and I don't want to mail offers to this and that, and then before you know it, there's like one or two properties left on the list. I'm like, why am I even doing this? I might as well just go property by property and make an offer, deal by deal. I go research every one of them, make an accurate offer. And I think that's what a lot of the multifamily properties in hot areas at least needs, and commercial properties in hot areas. What I should do is go further out where it's not such hot areas. I was doing statistics trying to find hot areas to go sell them into. I should be areas that are more contrarian, away from where everybody else is doing it, to places that are easier to get a hold of deals, and maybe not as easy to sell them, but the market's still there to go pull them off and make it happen. So yeah, I mean, I totally find myself over polishing the offers, and but I think it's the data set. Sometimes the data sets just don't work, and you got to say, oops, I paid for that data set, I learned something, I'm gonna move on. And I've done a bunch of that the last couple weeks. Like, I've been trying to get mail out, but I've been over analyzing it and having the same problem you are. And then Spencer says, am I refining too far, and should I just send out a blind offer? Can you possibly explain how you build a mailer list? I spend a lot of time researching and not enough mailing. What should I do? Thanks. Yeah, exactly. So I think one of the first problems people have when they try to do this kind of business is nerves, and having the nerves to send out cash offers it's a real good size set of cojones to go send those things out. And especially if you're not comfortable answering the phone, or the people calling back and yelling at you for whatever kind of offer you made. You're like, you offered me $12,000 and I think my land's worth $1.2 million. Like, you missed a couple zeros, you know? And the guy next to you calls back and says, thanks for making a cash offer on my land. And this whole market is just crazy sauce on the low end, crazy sauce on the high end, and there's a bunch of stuff in between. And that's one of the opportunities in this market, is you can be kind of in between by trying to rationalize it a bit more. And I think the more data that comes out, the more information that comes out, the more we learn, the more educated all kinds of people in the market are, the more efficient the market becomes. But for right now, there's still a lot of room in between the buy and the sell to go arbitrage and present these properties and show people where they're at and what's good about them, what's bad about them, let them go look at them, take a tour and everything else. And I think the other thing about it that a lot of people don't realize is when I pull these data sets, I like to look at how many properties have actually traded in the last, since we have recorded information on them, the last 30 years, sometimes 40 years, depending on the county and how good their data is. And if you get your whole data set, I had some like 40,000 records, kind of data sets I was looking at with a friend who's probably on here listening right now. He got the data, and I was looking at them, and the same statistics kept coming through. Maybe 20% of those properties actually traded hands in the last like 30 years. To think about that, there's a whole market there that 80% of the properties, they didn't buy or sell, or they didn't even change hands from like personal name to a trust or something like that in the last 30 years. 30 years. Like, how often do people move in the US? I mean, they're usually moving on average. I think it's every 3 years a person moves in the US, which sounds a bit crazy to me too. But, people move around a lot in the US, but a lot of these properties, they're not in the game, and they're not being offered by realtors. They're not being marketed. They're not being looked at. They're not being shopped. They're not being vetted. People aren't looking at them saying, well, if I just build a house there and rent it out, I could get this kind of cash flow. Or if I build a hotel, or if I build a condos, or if I build a ice skating rink, I don't know, whatever people want to build, and turn it into something, everybody could win, because the properties are just sitting there. They're in someone's portfolio, grandma, grandpa, or something, not telling anybody about them. They're just stored away like a savings account, and they're not getting worked on. And so by sending out these letters, you're getting to those properties that haven't changed hands in forever. And those people might care. They might want the cash. They might have a need to spend that money, like today, tomorrow, fast as you can get it to them, and they'll call you back. Or they might just don't want to give it to their kids for whatever reason, or they don't want to leave it to their church, or they'd rather turn it into cash and give the cash to their church. There's all kinds of different reasons why people want to sell these properties. I gave up trying to figure it out, because I've heard so many stories of different reasons people want to sell it. Like, my favorite was this lady in Alaska. She had some property in, it's like Arizona or something, I forget. And she got back to me and she says, I threw your letter in the trash because it was so embarrassingly low of an offer on my land. And then on my, I went to work, and on my way home from work, the transmission on my truck blew out. And my truck's on the side of the road, and I had to walk the rest of the way home. You know what I did? First thing I got there is I pulled your letter out of the trash. It's all wadded up. It's all crimpled and everything. I had to brush some coffee grounds off of it and unroll it and stuff. And I gave you a call because I need to fix that transmission on my truck right now. And you are offering the exact amount of money I need to get that transmission fixed. This is like the stars are aligning. How fast can you get me that money? It's like I need to go fix the truck. Like, she was going to go do it on the side of the road. Alaska lady style. So you never know why people are going to sell those properties. Just get the offers out there. You got to get those offers out there. Just get them out there. It doesn't matter so much about what number you're offering or all the rest of the details. The main thing is that you're making that offer. No one else is. You're making that offer. Get that offer in there and start talking to them. They'll call you back and say, no way, Jose, that's way off. Like this one I just looked at, and what was it, 8 acres? The one with the there's a bug in my face. The one that's like all in the floodplain, right? I offered $10,127.37. Put some sevens in there because that gets more people's more attention. Ended in a 7 or 9 or something. Statistics just work better that way. And then they crossed it out and they wrote $12,495. That's like not much more money at all. That could have been a bad tax bill or something that I would have priced in there anyway. Then they initialed it, and they still signed it and everything and sent it back. I mean, who knows? If I didn't make the offer, I'd never know that they're willing to sell for $12,495. You just got to make the offer. Okay. I got the map up for whoever was asking about southern or southeastern Kansas. Let's take a look at the map. So I'm on ruralvacantland.com. This map search takes a little bit of time to load because they're getting so many different properties in here. But look at that. I think that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. I mean, there's some gaps in the country, but there is a lot of spots on the country here that we got land. And so people say, does mail-in vacant or mail-in cash offers work here? Does it work there? Look at this map. I mean, a lot of these are already sold, but I mean, there's a lot of them that aren't even on the map that we bought and sold. It works. So here's Kansas. We don't have anything in Kansas, sorry. Southeastern Kansas, nothing. I don't know what to tell you. We don't have any there. And if you look around this area, a lot of the farming belt, we don't have a lot of farmland because people generally know the value of their farmland. It's a commodity. It's much more of a commodity than something you put a house on, or you put a factory on, or you put a office building on, or something that's more artsy and who knows what the price really is. The farmland, guys know what they're willing to pay for farmland. I mean, the farmers are always trying to add on to around the outskirts of their farm, and this direction it's $1,500 an acre, that direction it's $1,400 an acre. Maybe that's sandier soil, maybe that's richer soil. I mean, they really refine it down to the minutia, and there's not as much of a spread in there. And I don't know the farmland as well. I'm not there knowing what grows and how well and what the floods are and stuff. So it's not really my repertoire, and I don't think the other guys on the website are really doing that either. So we don't have a whole lot of farmland, and so we don't target these areas that are a lot of farmland. Maybe we get some housing lots in there someday, but we don't have them right now. So sorry, no southeastern Kansas. Okay, let's see it going. I contacted Eric on the Gila River property and he never got back to me. Okay, I think Gila River is sold. It's like title. We were doing title paperwork on it, so I was working with Eric on that one. So I'm not sure why I didn't get back to you, but it's the Gila River. It's that one's gone. Peter is saying, do you deal with property in Idaho and Oregon? Yeah, I like Idaho. I still got the map on the screen, so let's go Idaho. I don't have any Idaho on the screen right now. I had some option deals up in the north. I mailed the whole northern half Idaho, like this whole section up here. In one mailer, I mailed everybody that had land cash offers. And why not? Just gonna mail some, mail them all, right? Just and I like that kind of approach better because you get I feel like I get better statistics when I get to make a whole lot of offers and I get offers that come back. I can look at them and say, okay, these are a lot better than those. And if I just did some offers and I got some back, I end up getting, buying whatever comes back because that's what I got. But when you get a whole bunch of them back, and you got to be a little choosier about what you're buying because you don't have enough money to buy them all, then I think it's better to high grade the deals. And so I like to send out big sets of mail at the same time and get them all back at the same time. And I can compare and contrast a lot easier what I'm buying and what I'm not buying. So I did that. And the problem with Idaho is that people in Idaho, which is not a problem, I mean, it's cool too, it's pros and cons, is that they can hide who they are in the public records. So the public records of Idaho, they can say, I don't want anybody to know my name and my address and stuff. Yeah, I own the property, I'll pay taxes and everything, but I don't want you to tell anybody else who I am and where I am and that kind of thing, because I don't want the marketing to happen. They don't want guys like me sending them offers. They don't want the credit card companies sending them offers. They don't want the politicians sending them, who, what, where, when to vote and all that kind of stuff. So they don't. And maybe 10 or 20% of the data in Idaho still has their mailing address, names and addresses in it. But most of Idaho doesn't. So it's really hard to mail cash offers in Idaho in any real statistical fashion because you don't get all the data. And so I would advise against that if you guys are mailing offers. But I mean, feel free to try. I'm not the end all be all of information. So Idaho, and what else was it? Idaho and Oregon. Yeah, so Oregon, we've got a bunch of properties in Oregon. Oregon's a lot easier. I've gotten tripped up in a lot of the different usages of property in Oregon because there's a lot of forestry protection going on, and they want you to keep it forest, and they don't want you to turn it into housing all the time. I'm always trying to turn it into housing. And they want you to keep it forest because they want to keep the forestry jobs. So if you're mailing in Oregon, careful of the zoning and the use of properties. Get some beautiful ones, but then the use is just awful. So I think all the ones that are on our website have been pretty well vetted, hopefully, do your own vetting too. But I mean, we've got a bunch of Oregon going on right now. Sarah HG Wild, you should look into it. There's a lot of vacant places in my town and surrounding. Yeah, so wonder what town that is. So some of the towns I just really don't care. I mean, I'm sure you have a nice town and everything, but I'm trying to make money off of these, and lots of vacant land doesn't make it very easy to go sell vacant land. And if the prices of the houses in the area are like $100,000 or $150,000 or something, it's probably easier to buy an old one and fix it up than to go build a new one. So that kills a lot of areas too. If the cost of the houses are like $500,000 or something like that, or more, 250,000 or more or something, and get some nice lots with utilities and stuff, and you can buy them for next to nothing, I'm more game, because there's a lot more room to go build a new house, and the person that's building it can make money off of it. Kathy Stevenson says, I'm looking for land in Oklahoma. So yeah, we've had some Oklahoma. Let's see if we got Oklahoma on there right now. We've had Oklahoma in the past. It's all eastern Oklahoma. There's not much left on here. We've had a lot more of it in the past, but this is what's on there right now. We've got, let's open this one up. 5 acres in Sequoia County, Oklahoma. Timothy Flood's got this one. $8,995. And he's asking, $8,995 for 5 acres. And Sequoia, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, Sequoia County, Oklahoma. Looks like there's a road on the north and a road on the eastern side of it. And you can go zoom in and take a look at that thing, go take a tour of it and see if that's what you want. But it's probably the cheapest in the area. And spring's here, so a lot more people are probably looking at them. And then, wow, says, what about East Tennessee? Okay, let's take a look at East Tennessee. I don't think so. I might be wrong. Oh, look at that. We got some East Tennessee. There's Gatlinburg. Pigeon Forge. Let's take a look at Gatlinburg. Half acre with paved. Mike Hassman's got this one. Half acre. Yeah, so it's got these lots in the woods. There's a bunch of nice looking houses in the area. There's a lot of view lots, like looking out into the woods. There's a couple of them here. With a stream. So if you just go to ruralvacantland.com and look at the map search, you can zoom in on these. $9,500 for a little over a third of an acre. It's like a paved road that goes in there. I think there's a couple of them to look at and choose from. And then over here, let's see what this is. Over half acre lot. Building / campsite. Mike Hassman again, $2,500, 0.59 acres. This is cheaper and bigger. Probably doesn't have the utilities that the other ones had. Looks like it's got a little trail in there. Some other houses in the area. You have to go take a look at it and see if that's what you want. Hey, Greenville, I'm down in Georgia right now. Town is shoot. Houses are all under $25,000. Population is like 11,000. Yeah. So I'm not going to go try to buy vacant land when the houses are under $25,000. Like it's, the supplies cost more to build a house than not even price and labor in there. So that's why stuff's going to be vacant. I mean, maybe you'll get the eccentric person every now and then that just wants to go build their custom house. in that area for whatever reason. Maybe they have some business in that area, but it's really hard to go cater a business to that. This sounds like a depressed area to go build in or to buy up vacant land. And, I mean, I'd be looking at houses, $25,000 houses. I mean, I'd be buying the houses and renting them out for whatever they rent out at. Look at the yield of what they rent out at, and yeah, see if you can even get mortgages for. It's hard to get a mortgage for $25,000. I used to try to do that in Detroit, and different houses I bought there, and the banks, the credit unions, and all the rest of them, they want to do mortgages like $50,000, $100,000. You know, they don't like the little mortgages. But if you could figure out a mortgage on them, it turns up the yield even more to buy them and rent them out. Okay, so there was one more deal I wanted to look up, and I wanted to look at a whole bunch of properties that. Let's do one more. Arizona, Pima County. Got signed paperwork back on this one. This is 1 acre. Is that 1 acre? Yeah, it's about 1 acre. Look at the size of the houses. Where are we? So I offered a lot of money for this property. Let's see what they come up for in this area. I might have offered too much money. Santa Rita Foothills. Where was it? Vale. Okay, it's north of Vale. Vale's got some cheaper ones in it. I might have offered too much here. Where's Vale? Is that Vale? There's Vale. So north of Vale, there's $5,000 lots, $15,000 Vale. Just south of there is really cheap. There's a bunch of them for sale up in here. See if I can line up the right neighborhood. I think it's right in here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I offered too much money. Well, $190,000 for River Bottom, 89, 85, 32. Someone's got land for 32 grand, 1 acre with a trailer on it. Previously occupied with manufactured homes, so utilities are all on site. And he's like, so yeah, I offered too much. I offered 30 grand. Seems like I'm offering market rates in the area. So I made a mistake, so scratch that one. Okay, let's go to ruralvacantland.com. See, what I'm doing here is I'm just searching some of these properties. You know, people accept my offers and they come back and I say, oh, great, or oh, what did I do? I made a mistake. You know, I'm not gonna pay market rates for the property. Can't sell it. You guys don't want to buy it from me. I'm gonna end up asking too much money, trying to make money off of it. It doesn't work. It's not economic. Everybody gets mad. So let's look at ruralvacantland.com. These are all deals that got accepted. They're good ones that are up for sale for cheapest land in the area. And since the last time we looked at the stuff that's on the website, I think we got a bunch of them on here. And Vacant County, Colorado. I don't see a price. These ones need a little updating. They're just getting listed on the website. They're not totally filled out yet. There's no price on here. $200 down. 200 down, 200 a month for 8 months. Try to get some of these updated so we got prices. So they're just getting posted on here. Vacant County, Colorado, like 200 times 8, $1,600. You can do owner financing. RVs are allowed, and so it looks like we've got a couple of these in Vacant County, Colorado. I don't even really know where Vacant County, Colorado is. I'm usually pretty good with maps, but I don't know Vacant County. I don't know Colorado that well. So here's... okay, here's Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and so we're in the eastern side of Colorado. Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo. It's over here. Wood County, Texas, $4,900 for a fifth of an acre. We got South Carolina. We got Lancaster County, South Carolina, 3 acres for $10,495. We got here's some Dorchester County, South Carolina for $14,995, 2 1/4 acre. I'll click on some of these, but for the we've already gone an hour. This is James Kramer, so he's new to the website. Just got this one up here. Look at this, $14,995, 2.25 acres. Looks like it's on a road. Yeah, it looks like it's on a road and in the woods. South Carolina. I could go property by property. We'll be here till the cows come home. I was just looking at this. I think there's maybe 30 properties that got posted in the last week that haven't been sold. I mean, some of them sold, so they're not even on the list anymore. But 2 1/4 acre in Charleston, South Carolina. Rutherford County, North Carolina, 3.9 acres. 2.75 acres. 1.5 hours to Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's take a look at one of these. It looks like there's a power line in the front of that. It's a power line, right? Bunch of nice woods. Little trail in there. Power pole in the front of the property. Little road running along the side. Not too far from Charlotte. Oh, it's on top of a hill. Look at that. You might even get some views from up there. Nice. So we've got Vacant County, Colorado. More of the Colorado. 200 down, $200 a month. You can put your RV there. This website's taking a while to load. It's coming though. I'm gonna give away some mailers here in a sec. Coming up soon. We've got Vacant County, Colorado. Vacant County, Colorado. Vacant County. A bunch of these Vacant County, Colorado properties. North Carolina, Rutherford County, another one, 1.1 acres in the woods. Rowan County, North Carolina, 2.5 acres. Otero County, New Mexico, $6,500 for 0.66 acres. Talk about like next to no regulations. I mean, it's really easy to use kinds of land in Otero County. Another Otero County. This is Pinell County. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, 220. This one's more expensive. Let's see what's going on here. So $220,000 for 40 acres of Pinal County, Arizona. Flatlander territory, they call it, Luke. I think that's the eastern part of Colorado. I'd say 1600, supposed to be 1800. I messed up my prices. Aaron English, what did he get here? $220,000 he's asking for this one for 40 acres. By Eloy. Oh, it's in the farmland. Okay. South of Phoenix. It looks like it's farmland. You got some farmland. So I was just saying it's really hard to get farmland because people know the pricing and stuff. But it looks like Aaron English got himself a piece of farmland just south of Eloy in Pinal County. And it looks like these guys around here are taking like sections. I think these are quarter sections. If that's a 40, that'd be a quarter. Yeah, I think they're doing quarter section, pivot point kinds of farming, where they have the sprinkler going, around circles from pivot in the middle, and a bunch of square fields too. Looks like you just add water, you can go farm this thing. Okay. Quarter acre, Pima County, Arizona, $24,000. Mojave County, Arizona, $3,995. Mojave County, Arizona, getting close to Las Vegas. 20 acres of Witchwell Ranches. These are really easy to use. These Witchwell Ranches, you can pull up an RV and just go for it. It's in Apache County. It's northeastern Arizona. Coneys County, Colorado, 1 acre. Cochise County, Arizona, $495 for a quarter acre. 5 acres, Valencia County, New Mexico. Cochise County, $495 for a, not sure what size that is. I think we're getting into the properties that we had on here last week. So I think that's a good update of where we're at. Yeah, these are starting to remember these properties from last week. So about 30 new properties came up during the week, and new ones will keep coming in all the time is the point. So take a look at realvacantland.com, and it's a lot easier to keep up with what properties are available and coming in than me presenting every single one of them. I wish I had the time to go make a video about each one of these properties, go research them and see what they are, what they look like, and present them to you guys. I can't keep up. I'll try to catch up on a couple fronts. I'll try to make some more videos about these properties. Yeah, so what I've done the last 2 weeks is I've given away mailers instead of land. I gave away mailers because I'm spending a lot of my time and energy on mailers because I believe that's the horsepower of this business. That's where the action comes from, is mailing out cash offers. I mail out these cash offers, just a letter that says, hey, I want to buy your land. Here's how much money I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to pay it pretty quick, and I'll do the paperwork and make it easy for you. And you don't have to pay anything. You just sign some stuff and you get your money, and we transfer the land. And so just like the deals I was looking at today, some of them I'm not going to do. Some of them I'm going to research more. Some of them come through and they're just awesome. It's like, okay, let's go. Let's get them done. See how fast we can get them done. Let's do it. Let's do it. Buy them and get them up for sale. So I've been sending out mail. I haven't sent out mail since I started giving away mailers because I've been scrubbing, like I was talking about before. I've been scrubbing so hard that I've been running out of data, and I've been going for some more, but I'm sure I will. I'll dig into it. I've got a data set now that's that I'm working on. I want to get off this call and work on that some more and see if I can get that out today. So I don't think these mailers I give away today will make it into today's data set, but the next data set that I do, I think will. So I'm going to give away 500 mailers again, 500 mailers. It costs me money. It costs me money for the data. It costs me money for the mail. It costs me time and energy to go scrub them and price them and make them work. But I'm really motivated to do it because what I'm going to do is I'm going to split half the profits that come off these mailers with you. It's half the profits that I would get after financing them. You know, like the financing part costs money. The picture guys, research, reports, perk tests, whatever I might do to the properties, surveying and stuff costs money. And after all that money costing stuff, and we sell them for something, how much theirs is left, I'll split that with you half. So what I would usually get out of it, I'll give you half of that money. And so I'm motivated to go get that half the money. I'm going to follow through with these things. I'm a lot more motivated to do that than to give out the vacant land that I've been giving out in the past, because after a while it gets tiring doing all the paperwork, giving away land. And then people will get back to me and they say, no, I don't want the land. And no, I don't want the land. And yeah, thanks for giving the land, but I don't want the land. So it's like, okay. And I've talked to other people that give stuff away, and they say there's always some people that refuse to take what you're giving away. Like Ty Lopez is talked about giving away cars. He was giving away cars on his YouTube channel in the past, and he said some of the people just didn't believe him. They wouldn't take the car. Like they wouldn't accept the car. He said, fine. If you're not going to take the car that I'm giving you for free, then I'm going to give it to somebody else. And he said there's just always that factor of people that just don't want it, don't believe, don't follow through. And so I'm not the only one. I've talked to other people that give stuff away. Like Steve Butala gave away a bunch of land on his promoting his stuff, and he said a bunch of people wouldn't take it. And you got to like give them the sales pitch on why they got to take the land that you're giving away. It's like, why did you sign up to get the free land if you're not going to take it? So my point is, these are more, I mean, most of the people take it. It's just a small number of people get frustrated or confused or whatever, that take up all the time. So giving mailers away, I think, is a lot more fun because it doesn't matter. I'm going to do the deals whether you're paying attention or not and send you money. Whether you cash a check or not, it's up to you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give away 500 mailers. I'm going to ask a basic question. I'm going to pull up the chat on the screen, and I'm going to do the third person because it's easier to count than doing a whole bunch of people. The third person to answer it correctly is going to get some mailers. And these mailers are going to be, I'm going to price them. I'm going to do all the work. I'm going to send them out. My office, me and my office are going to answer the calls, my office and I, and we're going to do due diligence on the deals, and we're going to run with it. One of the guys from previous giveaways wants to be involved taking the calls and stuff. He's got the educational background, Land Academy background to go for it, so I'm saying okay to that and running them with him. But really, I don't want to be teaching the whole gamut because I don't have the time to totally teach it. So I'm trying to use videos, and so yeah, that's the idea. There we go. I put one offer up in the description below, just like I did last week. So there's a slot for one person to buy some mailers if they want to buy. If they don't win, you just want to buy. I'm asking $1,500 for 1,500 mailers. And yeah, so if you want to do that, you put up the money for the mailers, I'll do all the work. I'll split the profits of what I would get, the net profits back from the deal with you. Or deals might be multiple, lots of deals if I do the mailer right, or might be no deals if for whatever reason I don't do the mailer right. It's not that huge of a data set, 1,500 units, so it might happen you don't get anything back. So you can buy one if you want. It's one person's open, one person only, because I don't have enough time to keep doing a bunch of So $1,500 for one slot. And if you bought some in the past, that's fine. If you won, it doesn't matter. Whoever wants to go for it, it's open. Just gotta be the first one to pay for it. And if someone else already bought it, it'll say checkout disabled and it won't work. So it's only open for one person. Okay, so I researched a property. The first property I researched on today's call, I got the mailer paperwork right here as a fax that came in. What's the name of the county that first property I researched is in? And the property had it was like a sinkhole. It's like where the storm water goes. And I was saying, I wonder if we could fill that in. I got to check and see I wonder who could give me permission to fill in where the storm water goes and put a house there if we could. And guys are starting to answer it. So I was going to do the third person. And so I'm going to have to stop this thing before it goes too fast. So Dave Tassiet saying Fresno, California. That's right. Jason Macy is saying Fresno. That's right. So I wanted the third person, Selma, Fresno. I think he's thinking the wrong property, but he got the right county. So I'm going to go with Jeffrey Day. It's the third person to say Fresno. It's not spelled right, but I'm horrible at spelling. I understand. And then RB is right after it. So Jeffrey Day. I'm gonna say you win this one. Even if I got my count wrong, my spelling and everything wrong, I'm going to Jeffrey Day. I'm going to give you 500 mailers. And so, Jeffrey, if you could just take some notes. If you could email, yeah, Jeffrey's saying, thanks, brother. There we go. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing along. Let's see if we can turn this into some real money. So if you could email my assistant, Gillian, at ruralvacantland.com. I'm going to post it in here so you can cut and paste it. So Gillian at ruralvacantland.com. Copy that into your email and email her and say, I won the free mailers today, 500 free mailers. It sounds like somebody already bought the mailers. So if you're trying to buy the $1,500 mailers, I guess Gillian's telling me somebody already bought it. So that's gone. We'll try again next week. I'll open up some more. Maybe I'll open up some more slots if I got the time. So the 500 mailers, give me your information. I got to know how to pay you. And contact you would be good if I want to keep you updated along the way. So please put, send the email to Gillian at ruralvacantland.com and say, I won the free mailers. My name is, my contact information is, my phone number, my mailing address. So I'm going to send you checks, deal by deal. As the deals come through and I get them all settled out and stuff, I'm going to send you money. Now, I don't know what to do about the taxes on it. I see one guy going by there saying, hey, Luke, I got to get you tax paperwork, Scott. I'm working on it. So I don't know what to do about the tax side of giving away money, but we'll figure it out. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for paying attention. And thanks for all your questions, comments. Makes it a lot of fun for me. And just thank you. See you again next week, same time, same place next week. I'll give away some more mailers. I'll try to open it up for doing some more mailers. I'm going to go work on some mailers today, get them out, get them going, get some more deal flowing. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you later.